Hi friends, welcome to this video where we're going to be talking about healing through creative expression, how you can do that, and how choosing to do that is incredibly self-loving, a gift to yourself and a gift to everyone who is around you and everyone who your expression touches in this world. So I bring this to you today because I have just been in a super creative energy today. I've got my paint palette here because I am working on a new piece right now, and as you can see, I've got some of my pieces behind me on this chair right here, and I bring them into the space to just amplify the creative vibes and to also highlight my own artistic creative expression, as I am an artist and it's not something that I talk about on my channel a lot. I do have my art page plugged in the description of my channel, but I never really talk about my own artistic expression as an artist and what that means to me. And if you stick with me to the end of the video, I am gonna go into that a little bit more. But for now, we're just gonna be getting into this conversation about healing through creative expression. So I wanna start us off with a quote. I will link who the quote is by and access to their socials in the description, but this quote is by, I'm not sure her full name, but her handle is Ehime Ora on Instagram. I might not be pronouncing it correctly, I apologize, but the quote is something along the lines of, your body is not a coffin for your pain to be buried in. And I begin with this quote because to me, this is the most important reason for choosing to heal through creative expression, because if we don't, energy will remain stuck and stagnant in our own body and we will become that coffin of pain, which might sound like a dramatic way of describing it, but it's really the truth, because we are constantly going through things in life, constantly experiencing things, constantly feeling and moving through and flowing through emotion. And that emotion, that feeling, those experiences, they need to be digested and they need to be released in some kind of form. And doing so through creative expression is incredibly beautiful. It's incredibly beautiful, not only for yourself, but for other people, because think about your favorite artists, whether it be a musician, a painter, anyone who expresses through art. And think about the gifts that they have bestowed upon you and upon the world through their own creative, artistic expression. And take a moment to reflect on the fact that most of those pieces that are most potent, most powerful, most impactful to you and to the world were pieces that were born from pain. First thing that comes to mind for me is Lover You Should Have Come Over by Jeff Buckley. He is my favorite artist, my favorite musician, and so of course that comes top of mind, but that is clearly a song that was born from a breakup, a separation, a loss, and what an incredible cathartic song it is. And that artist, Jeff, choosing to express his pain, his sorrow, his regrets, all of these different heavy things, heavy feelings, heavy experiences through that medium of music, touched so many other people's lives and also allowed him to express authentically. So you gift yourself through your authentic expression of pain, of grief, of trauma, and you also gift others. It can be really vulnerable expressing yourself in those creative ways and sharing it with the world. And sometimes that vulnerability is a beautiful growth edge for you to move into. I know for myself, when I allow myself to create a certain video or release a certain poetry piece or even an art piece that feels particularly honest, raw, or vulnerable for me. I meet this edge of like, ooh, this feels a little raw, and you have to discern if it would be in your highest interest to express that and to grow through that edge, or to keep it to yourself until you feel ready to express it. And also, you don't ever have to express any of these things to anyone but anyone but yourself. It can be incredibly healing to express to others. I know for myself, to allow my art to be witnessed and released into the world is an entirely new level of and healing experience than to keep it to myself. But there are certain pieces that I've created that I will never release out into the world because they are just for me and for my eyes only and my heart only. And that witnessing of my own self and that expression and that release out of my psyche, out of my body is enough. So just know that though I'm talking about gifting yourself and others through your expression, you don't have to gift anyone but yourself if that's what feels safer for you, or that just is what you discern to be most appropriate for whatever it is that you created. It's really up to you, but the point is to just allow yourself to express vulnerably and to be raw and to be honest, whether or not anyone else's eyes or ears ever get to reach what it is that you create. You are just allowing yourself to be honest. You are also allowing yourself to honor the feeling, honor the experience. Like, I look at certain pieces that I've created, and through my creation of them, through my allowing that feeling to come up out of my body and onto a piece of paper or a canvas or whatever it may be, a video, I am essentially commemorating the feeling and the emotion. I'm honoring it through giving it a moment in time. Like, I think about the amount of time, the amount of hours that have been poured into the creation of something that was born from some kind of pain, sadness, sorrow, grief, trauma, whatever the heavy experience may be. And I think, wow, what a worthy amount of time that is that I spent allowing myself to honor that experience. It really reflects how much it touched me, how impactful it was to me. And no one else has to understand that but me or but you. You know, every experience and every feeling we have has the meaning that it has because we give it that meaning. And that's what art makes art so beautiful and so healing, because it is an expression of what things mean to us. And again, that can be for other people to witness and to receive from, or it can just be from yourself. But it's the vulnerability and the raw expression of it that makes it so potent and so powerful, and just the release of it up out of your body. Like, I think about this one experience, this one day, this one piece, and I was moving through like a particularly rough day. Like, it was just a really heavy day filled with a lot of grief. I was feeling like so blue that I couldn't see past my own clouds in my own mind. And I just was like kind of rotting in my bed, and I was like, what do I do right now with all of this? I feel so heavy. Where do I even go? Like, I felt confined by my own emotion and my own body. And I was like, the answer is to express it onto the page. And I poured out that feeling onto a page. And it's one of my favorite sketches because not only is it visually beautiful to me, but I can see the expression. I know what that experience was. It almost takes me back to that day, and it just commemorated that moment. And it allowed me to show myself that my emotion, my experience was worth me taking a moment to express and to release out of my body. And that feels incredibly self-loving, to just say to myself, wow, like, I know that this is a lot for us right now, so let's express it in some way. Let's give it some space. Let's give it a moment and let it out of our bodies rather than keeping it stuck and stored in there. And I'm obviously talking about the example of expressing through an art piece, a sketch, but that could be through anything. Like there are certain moments when there's a lot of stuckness and heaviness, and for me the healing route is to dance and just allowing my body to shake and to move to some music and to resonate with the music and express my body in a way that is expressing that emotion and letting it move through me is incredibly healing. So there's so many different ways that we can express ourselves, whether it's through dancing, singing, painting, sketching, writing. There's so many different ways, and then that's like most traditional artistic routes, but then there's so many beyond that. You have to choose what feels most resonant for you and most helpful, most healing. It's going to differ for every single person, but just tuning into what you need and allowing yourself to do it and recognizing your creative expression as inherently healing is just so profound. And I think it is really beautiful to create physical things that you can look back on. Like if you're someone who loves to write and express your feelings and your life experiences through writing, I'm sure that you've went back in your old journals and read, and it's just crazy, like to see your life change, to see your emotions change, and to honor them in the moment as they are, because they're so fleeting. Like every emotion is so fleeting. Every feeling is its own flavor that will like never come again in the same way, which reminds me of this quote by someone whose name I can't fully remember. I know that it starts with an R, but I can't fully remember it. I will link it. But it's something along the lines of like, every experience of grief is a like particular caviar that you'll never taste again. Something like that. And like that is obviously to some degree romanticizing grief, which grief is not very romantic, but the point is about it is that every experience is that experience. And I personally love capturing these experiences, these moments in time through my art, through my expression. Like I even think about on my YouTube channel, certain videos that I created, like I could never recreate those because I will not be in that exact experience again, or that exact feeling, that exact emotion. I won't be able to access that again because it was, and then it is gone. And so to give it space in some way and to let it breathe and to let it leave my body and be expressed, again, whether that's just for myself, just for yourself, or it's for others to share and to witness, is incredibly cathartic and will leave you feeling lighter. And that's what's really important, because again, we're always, as we all know, as adults who have like lived life to some extent, we're always gonna go through things. We're always going to experience things, whether they be joyful and pleasurable, which obviously I'm not speaking very much into right now because we're talking about healing, or it be heavy, painful, grief-filled. We're constantly moving, flowing, and changing, having new experiences thrown into our reality. So to allow ourselves to move that energy is to allow ourselves to continue to feel light, free, alive, and well. And that is incredibly important. Again, coming back to that quote of your body is not a coffin for your pain to be buried in. If we don't allow ourselves to express in some way, to tap into our innate creative abilities and essence as human beings, then it's very easy for that energy to get stored, and that's what we don't want. So just really knowing and experiencing for yourself that creative expression is not only healing but incredibly liberating. And I just urge you to allow yourself to indulge your creativity, and know that in doing so you are indulging your authenticity. Like healing through creative expression is not just getting out pain or releasing and expressing emotion or experiences. It's also pushing growth edges of your own truth, your own authenticity. Like giving an example, through my own YouTube videos. I started YouTube about a year ago, and I have watched myself change in my expression so much. I have watched myself deepen into my own authenticity, and that's such a journey, but it speaks to that creative expression of you learn, you grow, you change, you become more comfortable with expressing yourself authentically. Like, go back and watch my first video and see how incredibly nervous I was and anxious and more soft-spoken than I am now. And that is just a testament to my own growth and my own pushing of my own edges and allowing myself to take up more space. When we allow ourselves to express creatively in an authentic way, we allow ourselves to take up space. We affirm to ourselves that my life is worth expressing authentically, and I deserve to take up space, again, whether that's just for myself or for someone else to witness. But it is an act of love. It's a gift. It's a gift to you. It might be a gift to others, but it is a gift nonetheless, and it's just beautiful. So creative expression can be healing in so many different ways. And again, you can do that in so many different ways. I listed things like dancing, singing, but it could be like the way you cook for yourself or the way you decorate your room. We have a certain perception of what it means to be creative or to be an artist, but in my eyes, everyone is an artist in their own right, and you don't have to be a painter or be a skilled singer to be an artist. We are artists just through the way that we move through this life and the way that we allow ourselves to express our creative life force energy and essence. And that's going to look like a lot of different things for a lot of different people, but just honoring yourself through doing so is incredibly healing and is incredibly liberating. So I really hope that this conversation lands in your heart and reminds you of your capacity to express creatively, and reminds you of how important it is to do so regularly, to keep your energy moving and flowing and not getting stuck and stagnant. Again, your body is not a coffin for your pain to be buried in. Get it elsewhere. Put it elsewhere. Create something beautiful out of it. Like I talked about in the beginning, like our favorite artists, your favorite artists, probably their best creations were born out of a need to heal, a need to express something heavy, and was made into this beautiful thing for other people to experience. And what magic that is, to be able to transmute our denser experiences and emotions into something incredibly light-filled and beautiful. Like, what a testament to the human spirit and that our ability to alchemize experiences and just, yeah, always find the magic in it. Like, always. Like, oh my gosh, it's crazy. I feel like for myself, like every breakup I've ever been through has made me a better artist. And do I want to go through a breakup to make me a better artist? No, but like, can I deeply appreciate the gifts in that? And can I see that very clearly? Yeah, because going through heavy, deep, dense experiences pushes us into new layers of ourselves and allows us to access new depths and express that clearly. And that is straight up magic. So I'm just so grateful for that. And yeah, I wanna talk a little bit about my art. Like I said, my art page is linked in my description, and will also be linked in the description of this video. A lot of my art is, or all of my art is intuitively expressed. I like to do energetic interpretations. I'm an incredibly visual person, so like literally everything that I feel and that I see, I receive visuals of, and so I love to express through art as a means of supporting someone's healing process, or empowerment process through just gifting them what I see. And I offer custom commissions, and I just love to do personalized pieces. So if you're interested in receiving from me and you like my style, you can totally check out my page. I'm gonna end this video with some clips of these few art pieces that I have behind me so you can see them more clearly. And yeah, if you are interested in receiving from me, I would love nothing more than to create something specific for you. And yeah, we can work together on that. So thank you guys so much for supporting me through my YouTube channel and possibly through my art. And I'm really excited to announce that very soon my business will be launched. It is a healing-based business, and I am just so excited to expand my capacity to work with more people, offer my services to more people. I'm an empowerment coach, also an artist, and a Reiki practitioner. And yeah, if you're familiar with my channel, you know I offer a lot of virtual energy healings, and I have taken private clients for a while now and done group work, but I'm finally at the point in my creation process where my business is being finalized and I will be offering virtual services. And so that's going to be coming very soon. I've got a lot of beautiful, bright things being birthed through me right now, and I'm just really grateful to have this space and this community to offer things to. And I just really hope to work with anyone who resonates with my energy and yeah, would just desire to work together. So thank you all so much. Remember your capacity to create and your endless life force energy that can be used to heal and to liberate you in this life. May you take care, and may you have a blessed full moon in Taurus, because I am creating this video on the full moon. So I pray that this moon energy, whenever this reaches you, touches your heart, your body, your soul in the way that you most need. I will see you next time.